Find the center, vertices, and asymptotes of that hyperbola equation, right? It has minus in the middle, it's hyperbola. All right, find the center, vertices, and then the equation. So best thing to do is going to be to graph this thing. Just get a quick, rough little graph. Well, maybe not quick and rough. Maybe actually a little bit more exact. Yeah, I think so. So let's bring it down here where we can graph. Maybe not quite that far, but graph a little bit more exactly. So I'm going to rewrite it. Y minus 4 squared over. And this is going to be, I'm going to rewrite this as 7 squared minus, and x minus 5 squared, rewrite that as 8 squared, equals 1. And let's basically graph this thing. I'm running out of room on the table. I should have just brought it all the way down, I guess. All right, so y minus 4 squared over 7 squared minus x minus 5 squared over 8 squared is 1. All right, let me try to make a graph here. So let me see, this one's going to go, it's going to go a long ways. Okay, so for this graph, let's find the center first off. The center of the graph is always, or actually maybe I'll just do it over here. The center is always opposite, isn't it? So the opposite of what's next to y, opposite of what's next to x. X comes first. So 5 for both positive, the x and the y, the opposite of the x, the opposite of the y. Okay, so over 5 up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right there, over 5 up 4, 5, 4. There's the center of the hyperbola. And now from there, we've got to put in the dotted box. So for the box, whatever's underneath y, this is up, down, because whatever's under y is up, down. So I'm going to go up 7. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right to that spot. Let me get rid of that. So right there. And then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right to there. So up 7, down 7. And whatever's underneath x, that's always right, left. So I'm going to go right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there. And right there. And left 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there. There we go. Okay, so I went up and down 7, right and left 8. Let's fill in the dotted box. There's the dotted box. And now for the asymptote lines, which go from the middle through the 4 corners of the box. Right through the 4 corners of the box. Okay, now are the branches, it's time for the branches, are they going to go up, down, or right, left? Well, what's in the front here is y. So y is up, down. So the branch starts right in the middle, and it's going to be very wide because it always goes, it's guided by the asymptote lines. So these are wide branches up and down. So there's a picture. That'll help us answer all the other questions. So what are the questions? Find the coordinates of the center. So we already found the center. The center would be opposite, opposite, plus 5, plus 4. List the coordinates of the vertices. What are the vertices of this thing? Well, the vertices is this number and that number. There and there. So the vertices. So what's the coordinates of that point? Can you tell? It looks like it's over 5 up. What is it? This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Over 5 up 11, and this one is over 5 down 1, down 2, down 3. Over 5 down 3. So 5, 11, and 5, negative 3 are the two vertices. 5, 11, and 5, negative 3. And then finally, it wants the equation of the asymptote with positive slope. So in other words, this asymptote line right here, the one going up to the right, the other one goes down to the right. So one going up to the right, they want the asymptote line with the positive slope, and they want his equation. Well, how do we come up with the equation? Well, it's a line. So the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b. Remember that? That's how we write the equation of any straight line that's not curved. It's a straight line. Y equals mx plus b. Let's get rid of the b for now. We'll come back to it. What is the m? The m is the slope, right? This is always slope, which is rise over run. So I'm replacing that m with rise over run because that's what slope is, rise over run. Okay, so what is the rise? From here to there is a piece of the asymptote line. How much does that line rise up? And how much does it run to the right? Well, its rise is how far from the middle of the box to the top. What's that? That's whatever's underneath y. Right? The rise must equal 7 because that's what y is. It's up, down from the middle of the box. And what's the run? Whatever's underneath x, that must be 8 because that's how far right, left from the middle of the box. The rise and the run are just what's underneath y and x. So the rise must be 7. The run must be 8. So this is 7/8 x. Now, there's one more thing we need to do. That would be true if the hyperbola was centered here at the origin. It's not. It's not centered at the origin. The center has been moved to this new spot, 5, 4. So I've got to take this equation of the asymptote line and shift it to the new center at 5, 4. Well, how do you do that? Well, that's exactly, well, why is the center 5, 4? Because of x minus 5 originally being in the parentheses and y minus 4. That made the center opposite, 5, 4. So then you just put that in the equation. In other words, you replace x with x minus 5. And you replace y with y minus 4. And that'll do the shift for you. That'll move it to the new center. So that's going to become y minus 4 is 7/8 x minus 5. That shifts it from 0, 0 to the new center. That's where the new center is. See, when I wrote this right here, I was assuming 0, 0 is the center. I didn't put any b in there, right? B would be a shift. I didn't put any b. I made b 0 effectively, which put it at the origin. Then you shift it according to whatever's in the original equation. Just plug in what's in those parentheses for x and y. That'll do the shift. Last step, they want y alone, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides of that equation. That'll cancel this out. Y equals 7/8 x minus 5 plus 4. 7/8 x minus 5 plus 4. That's exactly what they put right here. And so there's how you find the asymptote line equation.